For Jeff Anderson, who is a 15-year-old high school linebacker. Right now he is in the off-season, but wants to get bigger, faster, stronger for the varsity team next year. So the first exercise we're going to do is jumping jacks. And the reason why we're doing this is to warm up the entire body and get our blood pumping and moving throughout all of our muscles. So right now we have Megan, who's doing it the correct way. Her arms are going all the way over her head and her knees are in line with her toes when she lands. Abe is on the struggle bus right now and looks like we need to work on some coordination and technique. So next we have the dynamic hamstring stretch, and this is to actively stretch out your hamstrings. And for this exercise, we want to make sure that your legs are straight, but your knees are not locked. And we also want to make sure that your butt stays over your feet, so it's not protruding out to the back. So Megan's doing a pretty good job. We could have her go probably a little bit lower. And Abe is having some difficulties. His legs are not straight, and his butt is way out behind him.
I'm trying.
So our next exercise is high knees. We're gonna have Abe demonstrate first. So this is looking a little wrong. His knees need to come up to a 90-degree angle, and we need to make sure that he is looking up. So this is Megan. She's got her knees coming up to a 90-degree angle. Her head is up and she's actively stretching her hamstring. So next we have butt kicks, and this is to stretch out your quads and hip flexors, but also to get your blood pumping as well. So we're gonna have Abe demonstrate first. As you can see, his feet are not really quite making it to his butt, and he's just kind of sludging through. So here's Megan, and she's gonna do it the correct way. So her knees are bent, her feet are kicking her butt, and she's working hard. So our next exercise is the lunge, and the purpose of this is to stretch out your quads and your hip flexors, and also to kind of activate your lower body as you're going down. So here we have Megan first. As you can see, her knee is going way past her toe, and her elbow is on the outside of her leg. And now we're gonna have Abe demonstrate the correct way. So as you can see, his knee is right over his toes, right over his feet. His elbow is reaching on the inside, and so he's getting an active stretch of his hip flexor and his quad. He's also looking forward.
Alright, this next exercise is inchworms. Purpose to activate your core during the plank position and stretch your hammies. Here you got Megan doing it probably not a very good job because she doesn't have the legs straight. So she's struggling right there. Molly's doing a pretty good job right there, keeping the legs straight. So yeah, Megan here is struggling still. And Molly, that's really good form. Really good plank position, and then keeping in the legs straight until she reaches her hands. Good job.
So this next exercise is called the leg kicks, and we're doing that as you're stepping forward. So this is going to be an active stretch of your hamstrings. And here we're going to have Abe demonstrate first. So as you can see, his back is arched, he's looking down, and his legs are not quite reaching his arms. So hopefully Megan can show us how we can change that to get a better stretch. So as you can see, she's looking up, her feet are reaching her hands, her back is straight, she's getting a nice stretch of her hands. The purpose of this next exercise is to really open up your hips and get a nice stretch out of your hip flexors. So we call this the rotator walks. And Abe's gonna go first. So as you can see, he's doing a little hop skip thing. He's not quite getting the full rotation of his hips. therefore this can potentially lead to injury in his future workout plan. Here we have Megan. See, she's bringing the knee up first and then around so she gets a nice full rotation of the hips. Going nice and slow, making sure she gets a dynamic stretch. Great job. So next we have leg swings. And this is, again, we want to wake up our hips, get them nice and limber. We have Megan who's doing a nice big swing, making sure she gets that full movement. Abe is having a little bit of trouble. He's going a little bit too quick, and it looks like he's more trying to open up his knee and maybe his ankle rather than his hips. So we need to correct that for next time. All right, so for our last piece of the warm-up, we have a slight 5-minute jog. Not too intense, but we just want to get a good lift throughout the body. Here we have Abe, who he's not quite driving his knees up and his heels forward. So even though this is a light jog, we still wouldn't have correct technique. We've got Megan over here who's doing great. She's got great coordination with her legs. And yeah, we'll just keep going.
Chromed out 1100. What I'm doing, getting money. What we doing, hitting money. What they doing, hating on us, but they never cross. Cash money still a company, and bitch I'm the boss. And I be stunning like my daddy, stunning like my daddy.